Hello, I'm PILLAGE, and welcome back to a Minecraft news video. Today I have some really exciting Minecraft news to share with you all, and it is to do with three very different things, but they're all pretty important, so I figured we'd dive into not only the first thing, which is a brand new feature reveal for 1.14, the Pillage and Village update looks like it will be getting not only just a brand new feature, but a brand new weapon. That's right, I'll be explaining what that is, because it is going to be related to the theme of the update, and that sounds really exciting to me. We also have some 1.14 brand new texture news, because we had a little bit of an update regarding what they're doing with that seems really promising, and then finally we have an update to the Minecoin story for yesterday. So yeah, lots of Minecraft news about lots of stuff. I hope you all do enjoy this video. You can like it if you do, because it helps out the channel and lets me know you do like seeing the Minecraft news. With that said though, let's just dive straight into it, shall we? Because learning about new Minecraft features is exciting, and that's why recently on the Minecraft.net website, they did an interview with the Minecraft Java developers about the Pillage and Village update, and one of the parts of it, as you can see, is focused on the pillagers and the crossbow. As you can see right here, it's a screenshot of that, and then underneath it, it says that Corey, who is one of the Minecraft Java developers, explains that the team felt they couldn't update the villagers without giving them a new challenge, which meant introducing this threat. He clarifies that we had to add the villagers as a rival to the villagers, and the pillagers had to be intimidating in some way, so the crossbow is the weapon of choice for the pillager. That's a pretty normal thing, that's just explaining what's already in the game, but then underneath he says, although maybe not all of the pillagers prefer to use their crossbows, maybe some of them take more pillagey weapons. Intriguing. So yeah, that is a pretty huge reveal right there. It's not confirming that the current snapshot has a secret weapon we're missing, but instead confirming that at some point between now and the release, which is going to be a couple of months or so, there is going to be another type of pillager added, which will have a different type of weapon. So the first way to interpret this, and the kind of more boring way, the more conservative way, is to be like, well, I mean, maybe they'll have shovels or something, because, you know, if you're a pillager, maybe just attack with, shovels, or maybe it just means, oh, they'll have swords, because you can pillage with a sword, or maybe it's like a hoe, or something like that. But to me, this implies a brand new class of weapon, because think about every weapon in Minecraft right now, besides the crossbow, what really feels pillagey? And I would say not really anything besides the shovels or the hoes, but the hoes don't deal damage and the shovels deal very little damage. So if you wanted to have a practical new weapon, say a new melee weapon, it would have to be something brand new, and that's why I think that this update is not only going to add one brand new weapon, but maybe a second one too, and that is super exciting in my opinion. I can't tell you exactly what the new weapon will be. I will say, like, in my head it's like either a pitchfork or some form of, you know, unique like long range axe kind of weapon, because it has to be something different to just normal combat that like knights or something would use, and that is super intriguing. I'm excited to see what that new weapons turns out to be, and it's a really sneaky reveal that you probably missed, because again, it's very well hidden in just an article which is mostly talking about stuff we already knew, but then has that little tidbit mixed in there, because Corey seems to be the mischievous developer who like tells us a little bit every now and then, and I kind of like that. So with that said though, let's move into the next piece of Minecraft news, because Dinnerbone was talking about the brand new textures. If you don't know, 1.14 snapshots currently have the new textures built in by default, and this pretty much implies that 1.14 will come with the brand new textures. I was going to make a whole video about that, because it seems like it's not quite as widespread as it should be, but just so you know, 1.14 is probably going to be the update where new textures finally come. There's going to be a lot of new features as well as new textures. It just seems that way based on how they're doing things. So because of that, someone tweeted Dinnerbone saying, and also Jeb, saying you should make the former Minecraft textures available in the resource pack section. For ones who don't want to play with the new ones, you should activate the default of the new ones, but there's the former textures that we could activate below the new ones. And then he says, we're going to do that, don't worry. So either he just kind of skimmed over it, didn't read the details, and he just agreed that, yeah, you'll be able to use the old resource pack, or he basically confirmed, because this person asked that you should have in the, 1.14, have by default not only the new textures, but also the instant ability to switch to the old one. What they're currently implying with Minecraft is these new textures will be the default, but you'll be able to switch to the old ones by downloading it somewhere like you would with any other resource pack. But it sounds like, based on his response right here, that it's not just going to be a pack you can download, because anyone can make a resource pack about literally anything, but it's going to be one that will be built into at least the Java edition by default. Again, maybe a misinterpretation, but regardless, I found his response to someone responding to him quite interesting, because Alex Cube not only interpreted in the way I interpreted, but then he says, so does that mean you'll keep all of the old textures updated? You know, if there's going to be an official old Minecraft textures, will they keep those updated with following updates? And the answer was, we probably won't go and add new old textures if that's what you mean. And that's a funny thing to imagine. Like, imagine if there's people dedicated to making new old textures for 1.15, 1.16, etc. So that if you're playing with the old texture pack, you can get something that kind of matches that more, because all of the brand new textures from 1.14, 1.15 onwards will all be only in the new resource pack. There won't be an old one for that. So yeah, that's a thing you gotta keep in mind, that even if you do have old textures built into the game, the new ones are going to be the ones that get all of the new blocks, and they're going to make the most sense with that. There's going to be a new theme for the game. It's happening in 1.14, and although you can stick to the old one as long as you can, I would recommend right now, based on this and based on really anything, just dive into it. It will hurt for a little bit, I imagine, and playing 1.14 still does confuse me, but in the long run, rather than holding out and doing doing something that only like 10% of people are doing, I think it would make more sense to just dive straight into the new one, get the pain over and done with, but then enjoy all of the new benefits of it, such as brand new blocks. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of fascinating that there will be a default or an old default textures built into Minecraft, or at least that's how it sounded from both of these responses. Again, it might not make it true to the Bedrock edition, but given that on consoles, Xbox and Switch, you literally can't download unauthorized texture packs and etc., it would be really exciting to have those built in, just so you could switch if you wanted to. Otherwise, again, Xbox and Switch gets shafted and you have to use the new textures, which like I said, you should do, but it would be a shame if it's forced on those platforms, but we don't know for sure how that does go. But let's move into the final piece of news, because yesterday we covered something exciting happening with the Minecraft Bedrock store. 1 in 10, 1 in 20 people were getting the brand new Minecraft store, where it would let you pay in dollars and cents as opposed to just paying Minecoins. Of course, it would just be you buying Minecoins, but buying them in more precise bundles than previously possible, but that was still a big move to stop you overbuying as much as you would before. Now, with the new system, the max you can overbuy is 20 Minecoins. However, after I made that video, because before then, it had been stated a few times that they wanted to go to a system where Minecoins were mostly just a real money alternative. However, a couple of Minecraft staff, Aubrey Norris and Tanner Pearson, both confirmed the end of Minecoins is very, very, very unlikely. And I thought that was an odd thing to respond right there, because most of the time they don't really give good reasons as to why. It's like, well, business reasons, higher ups or whatever. But we actually got a proper one from Aubrey Norris. Again, she's one of the kind of like head people when it comes to communications at the Minecraft team. But she responds to Froggy Fellow, who asks, would there be any real disadvantages to removing Minecoins? And the only one that I could find that was solid was this response right here, where she says, for one, if we remove Minecoins, we wouldn't be able to do roaming entitlements for content, so DLC would be locked to the platform you buy it on. You wouldn't be able to use it on any other devices. And I thought this was interesting because, I mean, it seems to me like you could have a real money balance inside Minecraft that would achieve exactly the same thing. Maybe there's some weird contract rules regarding, Nintendo Switch or regarding Apple devices, or one of their many, deals they have with one of the many platforms that they're on. However, it does seem a bit weird to me that, like, okay, if that's not possible, Minecoins are literally 100% necessary, then there are still steps they can make to make them more positive. Again, being able to buy real money in actual bundles as opposed to having to buy very specific amounts that mean you have to overbuy huge numbers, that's good. Now, the max Minecoins you overbuy is about 20, which works out to being about 10 cents or so. So, yeah, they've reduced the overbuy, but the next steps would clearly either be reducing overbuy to 0, so if you wanted to never actually dabble in Minecoins, just have the game do it on the back end, because right now, when you buy with real money, the game is on the back end buying you Minecoins, then giving you 20 back, and basically, you get the map and then you get 20 Minecoins for free. It's a weird system, but it's better to most people than being like, ooh, what bundle should I buy? And ooh, now I have coins, I can spend on what I want. It's a much better system currently. However, there is still a few steps for improvement, and I'd say the next big one is working out something to do with those 20 coins, because otherwise, admittedly, it's tiny, it's 10 cents, but if everyone has 10 cents in their balance, or they have 20 cents or 30, because it takes until you get, I think it's 80 Minecoins so you can buy anything significant with it, it'd be nice if they could work out some way to use those 20 Minecoins if you just want to immediately get rid of them. Even if it's something tiny like, you can get 20 XP on one of the servers, or something tiny just like, oh, you can get a single day realm subscription extension. Something for the 20 Minecoins would be a big improvement. And if that's not possible, then a thing they could do is use the Microsoft account webpage, or use any device where they do have full control over the Minecraft account system. Again, I'm sure the Microsoft Xbox Live website would do it, and just allow you to buy a custom number of Minecoins for a fixed amount, because you can only do specific value transactions on iOS. That's why you have to buy $2.99 worth of coins to get a $2.89 map, because you have to buy it in fixed amounts. But one of the key things they could do is they could allow you to go on their website and buy the specific amount you want for a fixed price. Because right now, again, buying it with bundles or buying fixed amounts based on maps, it's better. It's better than it was before, but it's not a perfectly fixed system, and that's what you should really want, a perfect system. Even if not everyone is going to go on the Xbox website, most people, in fact 99%, won't even care. They'll use the current bundle system. But having an option where if you want to avoid Minecoins, you kind of can for the most part, that would be ideal for most people. And yeah, that's really what I would say most people want. That, and of course, like I said previously, some form of demo system and some form of refund system. One or the other would be great, but without both of them, there's a lot of regrettable purchases being made every day, and that is not a good thing for everyone. Or I mean, it's not a good thing for like 99% of people, besides people who make garbage maps who get to make a lot of money on people who didn't really want to buy their thing but felt tricked. But with that said, I hope you did all enjoy this video. I would generally like to know in the comments down below what you think they mean by pillagey weapons, because I don't have any great theories. I haven't read any great theories online, but I'd love to hear if you're like, oh, pillagey weapon, that means insert thing here. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Turn on those notifications, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.